are my desire. No one else will do. 'Cause nothing else can take your place. To feel the warmth of your embrace. Help me find my way. Bring me back to you. Oh, you're all I want. You're all I ever need. You're all I want, Lord. You're all I want. Help me know you are need. We say, oh, you're all I want. Nothing else can satisfy but you, Lord. You're all I ever need. All my days I sought you, Lord. You are all I want. Help me know, help me know. Help me know you are need. Say, draw me closer. Draw me close to you. What would life be like if you're so close to God? Never let me go. Never let me go. I lay it all down again. I lay it all down again. Just to hear you say that I'm you're my desire. You're my desire. No one else will do, Lord. No one else will do. Just lift your voices to the Lord. Oh, ask that He would open your eyes to see how close He is to you. He's the only one that loves you without a demand in return. He's the only one that loves us unconditionally. Oh.
Shalom, dear friends, and welcome to our every Thursday, the 5th day of the week program that focuses on healing hurting hearts and family enrichment. So good to be with you at this program today. It's such a delight to know that we can do this together. And today, for obvious reasons, we were looking at come out of shame. Shame is a prison. Shame is a cancer. Shame is something that is a soul-eating disease. Someone said that about shame. For a definition, shame is actually a group of emotions, constellation of various experiences that eventually get to shape your perception, your interpretation, and your conclusion about life. And there are many people who have been caught up in shame, have been in shame for a very long time, have not been able to differentiate shame and guilt. Shame is such a very terrible thing that we decided as part of healing hurting hearts and family enrichment is to bring an education on shame. And discussing with me today is one person I've come to love and respect so much. She's a very seasoned educator and a counselor with over 15 years, 11 to 15 years experience in counseling young people, women. And we got on discussing. I would like her to share with us, share personal experiences, talk to parents about what they should do better, and then help people get out of shame. Thank you so much. With me is Irene Elijah.
Thank you so much, ma.
So good to be with you, Irene.
Thank you, ma. So good to be here too. Thank you.
We want to jump straight into this discussion. Let's just go straight. Do you feel shame should be a tool to correct people, to correct children, to correct your domestic staff, or to bring about development in society? What's your idea? Consider your experiences.
Shame, it's a tool people use, but it has never worked and it will never work. From my experience, it has never worked and it will never work. As a matter of fact, it actually makes children shut down. And when children shut down, parents tend to feel that, okay, it has worked. Because the child is no more responding, the child is not saying anything, and probably is not doing that thing that you have shamed him or her about. So you feel, yes, it works, but it's actually a damaging tool.
You know what about it? You said the children will shut down and the parents will think
Yes,
it has
that
worked.
it has worked, yes.
I like how you constructed that, because a lot of times we have shut our children down, imprisoned them with words,
Exactly.
thinking that we are bringing correction. So Irene, in your years as educator, even in your personal life, have you ever seen the impact of shame in putting people in prison?
Of course, I have. I have a personal experience from my very loving mother. Does she love me? Yes,
Yeah,
she
she
loves
does.
me so much. She loves me so much. But there was an experience, I think I was about 20 then. I had friends come over to the house to visit. They came, and you know our mothers then, they have this shelf where they keep breakable plates and glass cups then for visitors that they are always expecting at the time. My friends came over and I assumed that these are visitors as well. So I went to the shelf. They came with wine. So I went to the shelf to get wine glasses. I put the wine glasses on the table. We were drinking. She was not around when they came. She was not around when I got the glasses out. While we were using the glasses, that was when she came in. And immediately she came in. It's now that I'm older that I realized that it was shock at first. That, this glass, she brought it out. But at the time, she just really like, this glass cup. She was speaking beneath this glass cup. You both should not break it, oh. Don't break it.
Say it in Bidi.
No, she was like, like, wow. At that time, I broke down inside of me, but I had to, like this generation would say, I had to maintain my steez. You know, so I tried to put myself together, but I was broken. Sincerely, I was broken. Even my friends that came over, they too, of course, I didn't expect them. It's not like they were feeling bad, but they were just not comfortable because at the time, all of us have the same parents. All our parents have the same behavior at the time. So it's not like they were shocked, but they just got uncomfortable. Even touching the glass became a challenge for us, you know. So they said, you don't know, we are going. We are going to say, okay, take care, bye. You know, I escorted them to the door, came back, packed the glass, washed them, kept them. But over time, I realized that I never allowed anybody come to the house to visit me.
After that experience?
I never allowed it. The only friends that could come visit me were my family friends that my father knows your father, my mother knows your mother, you know, we are close, you can come, we go straight to the room. You know, we are not sitting in the sitting room to have this, to entertain you and all of that. And I carried it up to my marriage, to my home.
Are you serious?
I rarely entertain guests in my house. I would always find a way of telling you I'm not around, or let me come to your house. I would want to be the one to do the visiting, not just coming to me. It took time for me to realize that is where it's coming from. At the time, I even told my mom that this is what you did. She felt so bad. To her, she didn't mean it to be that bad. To her, it was even shock. Her precious glasses she has been keeping, you know. It was what I would call shaming unknowingly. You understand? So parents, we do it a lot. We shame our children unknowingly, and sometimes we shame them knowingly, but with the intention of discipline. I'm going to discipline you. In my time as a teacher in a conventional school.
Don't go any further. Explain, give us vivid examples on how we shame our children knowingly to discipline them. Could you throw more light on that?
I was going there now.
Continue.
Okay, in my time as a teacher in a conventional school, a parent came to report the child. What the child did at home. That the child, I think it was about stealing in the house, that she wants the child to be disciplined in the assembly ground.
In the assembly ground?
Yes, in the assembly ground.
Allah.
And schools do it as a method of discipline. You know, something happens in school and they say they are going to discipline you, they are going to flog you in front of the assembly. When the whole school is at the assembly ground, that is when they bring in the discipline. You know, with my little experience at the time, I could just sense that this is not right. This is not right. So I told the parent, I said, no. If you want us to join you to discipline this child, we will talk to the child. But bringing the child to the assembly ground is what we will not do. So we talked with the child, we had that conversation and tried to make sure the child understands that stealing is bad and all of that. But at the same time, we see it happen all the time. Sometimes it's even in the school policy. There are some things that a child will do. They flog the child in the assembly ground.
Right.
And most of the time, the result we get is either this child shutting down or becoming rebellious altogether. Because the thing is, this child, the emotions have been hurt. Yes, I did something bad. You are going to flog me. Fine. Which is, the flogging on its own is already on the extreme. Now you are adding shame to it. So sometimes we see that these children just become rebellious altogether. That thing you flog me for, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it just to show that I'm a big boy. I'm a big girl. No matter how you shame me, that is another extreme. Then you see some just shut down altogether. They don't want to mix up with their mates anymore. They don't want to do anything, and the school authority is like, yes, this one, we have succeeded in taming this one, but that's a lifelong damage that has been done.
You're rearranging my head. You're effortlessly discussing what has been going on, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that these things still go on in some places. For some people, my children in front of me are nodding their heads. For some people who are in front of me, you need to hear this, and you need to share this video to someone you know, because over time we have used shame as a method, as a tool to try to bring family enrichment. However, you are hearing from a professional that we have done more damage than good. In fact, there are some of you who are listening to me now who may even join us later, that this kind of experience had happened to you. So a damage was done. It takes one thing, the power of the cross, to break it. But go ahead.
Okay. Another experience I would like to talk about, it's usually overlooked. It's usually overlooked. It's children of teachers, children of ministers, pastors. We tend to use our children as examples when we are teaching. Sometimes these children don't like it. And we finish teaching, we feel like, oh, we've had a very good teaching moment. We've done well. But sometimes you see that these children experience shame after that message, because their mates keep using it to laugh at them. It goes both ways. Whether it's praising them or laughing at them, it just goes on and on. Sometimes they are not comfortable with it. And sometimes they are not able to tell us. In some cases, they say it. We just be like, it doesn't mean anything. But it means a lot to them. Yes. So I would say, as parents, we should be very, very observant. We should understand our children's body language. Sometimes you are saying something about them, and they are like, "Mommy," and my friend, leave me alone. I'm talking. That is that child telling you, "I don't like what you are saying."
What you're saying.
But we see that sometimes we just go on and on and on, and we are just talking. It might not mean anything to you as a parent, but it means a lot to them. Even in praising them, some of them don't want to be praised like that. They just want to keep their victories to themselves. Don't praise them. Don't use them as a comparison to others. Even if they are the ones doing well, they don't just want it. So we need to really, really watch out for these signs. And for some children, it varies. Some children don't really mind. They don't care. But for some of them, it's a lifelong damage. So you should understand your child and know what you should say and what you should not say about the child.
In fact, I don't know what to say, because most times this damage that happened at childhood, they have adverse long-time effect. Because even when you look at shame, the makeup of shame, you have memories, images, events, subsequent thoughts. All of these, if you put them together, they are all the makeup of shame. So, sometimes I realize that in life, something that happened 2023, something that happened 2006, you are thinking about it and you are feeling it here as if
It
just happened. And even the accompanied and associated shame comes with it. That's why I am saying that shame is a prison, and you need to learn to come out of shame. All right? Another aspect of this shame are those people who have suffered any kind of abuse. It could be verbal abuse, it could be sexual abuse, it could be physical abuse, it could even be neglect. Irene, you want to say something before I continue? Go ahead.
Yeah, when we talk about abuse, sometimes this abuse is highly. We tend to play down on it a lot. We tend to play down on it, And sometimes when the person is even sharing, like, I don't like the way my boss shouted at me. You're hearing somebody say, it's an ordinary shout, you know? But that is abuse for this person. And the person is not able to move on from there. And it's not able to flow comfortably with that person again. And you have to keep working with this person.
Yeah.
You have to keep working with this person. And now you have this kind of barrier. And nobody is seeing it that this is an abuse to you. You understand? So it's something that we really need to look at. And if you are in this kind of situation, you need to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You need to talk to somebody. You can't handle it on your own.
But you know that there's something they say in Africa. They say they hide better. I don't want them to laugh at me. I don't want them to shame me. So how will you now say we should talk to people about it when there's already a culture of silence? Everybody keep quiet.
Yeah, that culture of silence. It's been there over the years, but we are beginning to realize it's killing us. It's not helping us. So you must talk to somebody you trust and you believe in. That can help you. And that also brings that can help you. Yes, that also brings me back to children. Sometimes you see children find it difficult to talk to adults, whether as a teacher, as a parent, because we don't think like them. We don't tend to go down to their level to think like them. We assume that everything is, what are they thinking about? And it always pains me when I hear adults say, what did they think? Now small pikin, not they think anything. That's not true. Children have things they are thinking about. They're even worried about you. They're also worried about you. You know, I've had a situation where a child broke a chair in class, and I was like, I'm going to tell your mom, because that's the policy. When you break something like that, you tell the mom. And the child went down on her knees like, please don't tell my mommy, please don't tell my mommy. When I saw the reaction, I was like, what could be wrong? You know? So I just kept the chair. In fact, I even went the extra mile of hiding the chair so that the child herself does not get to see the broken chair again. As a reminder, and we got talking. I realized that she cannot handle the form of discipline her mom gives her. That is just the challenge. So because I could cover up that broken chair, she was shocked because she has never had an adult do that for her. So she could now say, Pastor Irene, this is how I feel, this is this. So we just get talking, and I'm beginning to understand that, okay, this is where the challenge is and this is where the challenge is. We need to try as much as possible to not always expose their weaknesses. It's not a tool of discipline. It has never worked and it will never work. There are sometimes a child will do something in the house. Everybody in the house must not know. If the child has confided in you, there's no need for everybody in the house to be aware.
But there's something that parents say. They know they hide bad pikin. How do you reconcile that?
They know they hide bad pikin. It's not for you to expose the child unnecessarily. They know they hide bad pikin is taking the child to somebody that can help.
Come on now.
To somebody that can help. Not judging it per second. You are just talking. Most of the time we are guilty of it as parents because we are hurting. We are talking from our pain. In one way or the other, knowingly or unknowingly, we have been guilty of it. But the thing is, we need to learn and move away from that place.
Friends, you know why we're discussing shame? There are many of us, as we are talking now, there are events where you found yourself in shame. And each time you come back to that event, all the experiences, all the emotions, all the thoughts, all of them, all the feelings starts rolling back again. And you're not able to face some things because shame deals with your identity, while guilt is behavioral. We're ending very soon. We barely touched the topic. In this August, we have very powerful program for you. Very powerful program. Before I go any further, I want you to understand something. tomorrow at 11:50 p.m. That's Lagos time, Nigerian time. We will be having the prayer section to deal with shame, to deal with everything that has brought shame, spiritual shame, emotional shame, physiological shame, whatever has ever brought shame to your life. We'll be dealing with that tomorrow. And we're having a very special program this August. This August, we're going to have two very important guests. You have seen a very important person sitting down talking about the aspects of shame. We will still move further. You're going to have, as time goes, you're going to realize the people who will be joining us in this August broadcast. We want to look at shame. All right? Irene, before we start tying up, would you have a concluding statement? You have told us, in fact, I have been inspired just listening to you. It felt so life, it's so relatable. I can just open this or go out and just start doing what you told me to do, what you just said. Are there other factors or things you might want to look into that has to do with shame?
Yeah, there are a lot, but I would say we need to be sensitive to our children's reaction. Don't ever sweep how they feel under the carpet.
But do people
Don't
think children
assume
don't
they
have
are okay.
feelings?
Our children have feelings. They have feelings.
Mm.
They have feelings. They're even more bothered than you are. There are some children that, if their mother is frowning, they are hurting.
Say that again.
If their mother is
Say it
hurting,
again.
if their mother is frowning, they are hurting.
What about your father?
Depends on who they are close to. Like from the little experience I've gotten with relating with children and their fathers, I've discovered that the female children tend to understand when their father is down more. You know, so when you see when the father is down, the daughter tends to know that daddy, what's going on. As a matter of fact, I have one in my house, my baby that is always with daddy, and sometimes we are dragging space. I like, leave my husband alone for me, and she's like, leave my father alone for me, you know. They have these emotions. They know when you are hurting. So when you are hurting, they are coming around you to find out you are shouting, leave here, you don't know what I'm going through. They know.
Come on.
And they are confused.
Come on.
So they need you to clear it up for them. So when you shout at them like that, you have just heightened their confusion. And if there are people around there, you've added shame to it. So we need to watch out. We need to be sensitive to our children's body language and how they react. Because whether we like it or not, their experiences is going to go with them as they grow older.
Awesome. Whoa. Just like those experiences followed you to where you were going.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are hearing what we are saying. I want you to be careful how you deal and relate with your children. You know, there's something called memory capsule. All these emotions, the feelings, the thoughts, they are stored there. And you know, when this all of them bind themselves together, they find themselves through someone's body and someone's system. We really, really, really have to know that shame was destroyed on the cross. And that's why tomorrow we're going to take up issues that has to do with shame, break it by the power of the Holy Spirit, and pray that everywhere you're experiencing this cancer called shame, that it will cease and stop in your life. All right? Next week, in this August, we will find time to show you the difference between shame and guilt, show you 3 types of shame, how 3 ways that shame play into people. It's important that you watch into them and then explain to you further, so that if you're dealing with shame, you know the enemy uses shame, tie it around your character, make you think that you're a bad person, make you think that you're worthless. They are 2 different things. You know, do you know that shame, instead of saying I failed, say I'm a failure. So you turn a verb into a noun, as if you will never be able to do anything about it again. All right? Oh, what a wonderful day. Irene, you did a good job. You did a good job. This is a good job. I'd like you to give a final advice to parents as we go.
Yeah, my final advice will be, listen to your children, read their body language, and if you notice that there has been this shame, talk to somebody that can help them. If you as an adult, you have had these experiences over the years, talk to somebody that can help you. It's very important because you need to move on.
Well, thank you so much, friends. That's as much as we can take on this program today. When we come next week, Irene, I'm looking how to drag you back again, because that you did, that was you cut it into shreds for us to eat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to change the things you're doing with your children. But again, everything God has asked you to do, you can't do with your natural strength, with your effort, you can't do it. You need to rely on the Holy Spirit to end it. As we end, I want you to take this down. Guilt and shame are not the same thing. All right? Guilt will say, I have done something bad. Shame will say, I am bad. You see, guilt is a verb. Shame is a noun. The enemy will always make you feel that there is nothing you can ever do about the shame that you're feeling, that you have to live with it. Guilt has to do with post-verbal. Shame has to do with pre-verbal. All right? So all of this, when we get ready to see you next week, we will do justice to all of them. We pray today that everyone who is going through shame, that the power of the Holy Spirit, I don't know whether there were questions that we were asked. If you asked those questions, I doubt whether, do we have questions? If you have questions, you can drop those questions for us. And I also want you to know that every Thursday, we have one-on-one section with people who are going through hurt, who are hurting in their hearts. We do that every Thursday. We start by 8 o'clock Nigerian time. We can meet you on Zoom. We can meet you on Google. We can also meet you in our office. We have a team of spirit-filled experts who have been meeting with people, and the testimonies are amazing. May the Lord bless you. We break every power of shame. We declare that this August that has come, you will experience the face of God. You will come out of anxiety, pain, and shame and come into rest. I commend you to God and to the word of his grace, able to build you up and give you an inheritance among the saints. Thank you again for watching Living Your Dreams with K, a program that focuses on healing hearts, and family enrichment. God bless you. Thank you.